Hello, today I'm going to tell you about a cover. The artist is Marsheaux. The song is Eyes Without a Face from 2012 from the album eBay Queen is Dead, and the label is Undo Records. Marsheaux is a Greek synthpop duo. If you've watched my channel, I do a few other videos on synthpop like Glass Candy and the Chromatics. I love this kind of stuff. Synthwave, synthpop, darkwave, all this stuff. I love it. This is my favorite Billy Idol song. I've always loved this song. This is from his second studio album, Rebel Yell, from 1983. The song is named after the horror film Eyes Without a Face from 1960. In the film, a plastic surgeon tries to restore his daughter's disfigured face after a car crash, murdering victims and grafting their features onto her in a desperate attempt to recreate her beauty. Billy Idol is a horror movie fan, and you can see where he got this from. When they were creating it, Idol told guitarist Steve Stevens about the melody, lyrics, and basic structure. Stevens fleshed it out and added the solo. Idol's then girlfriend, Perry Lister, sings the backing vocals on the original track. The pros. I think Marsheaux's version fits perfectly within the synthpop template. Many people consider Billy Idol more new wave, rock, or punk, but I definitely think there are moments where he is synthwave, and this is one of those moments. This is a nice reinterpretation of this song. It sounds more fragile without Billy Idol's sneer, which I think makes it quite different than the original. It sounds more delicate or breakable or something. The cons. My only criticism is that on the original version, Steve Stevens, his solo just shreds. In contrast, the solo here just sounds kind of weak in comparison, and I think it brings the song down a little bit. Maybe that's the only problem with this. Otherwise, I just love the atmosphere it creates. Final thoughts. There are probably 4 or 5 songs of the 80s that people have tried to remake. You know, the Eurythmics' Sweet Dreams or Don't You Want Me Baby. This is one that maybe people don't think of at first, but I think it really lends itself to the genre. It sounds really good loud. Like I said, Marsheaux made it more tender and maybe more disarming. Idol's version sounds more tortured. I guess it depends on what you gravitate towards. If you want something that sounds more neon, rainy streets, a little more noir, then I would go with Marsheaux's. But if you want something that's a little grittier, maybe Billy Idol is the choice. But I put the links for both songs below, but I think this is a great cover. One more thing, there is a 12-inch version of the Billy Idol one. I don't like it. I'm just gonna say it. I like the original a lot better. But that's all I got. Take care. Have a good day.